Hello, dear students, good morning. Students, let's start reading the last chapter, chapter number 8. The chapter number 7 has been dropped out because it has been deleted from the syllabus. I think you must have got the information regarding the revision in the syllabus, and the copy of the revised syllabus had also been sent to you on your WhatsApp group. In case you have not gone through the revised syllabus, I tell you here that the chapter number 7, the adventure, which we had started learning, I think the first 5 parts of this chapter had been given to you of my video lecture. But now, since the current news, the latest news, the updated news was received by us from CBSE board, and we have also got the copy of the syllabus, revised syllabus. So in the copy of the revised syllabus, it is clearly mentioned that this is the chapter number 7, the adventure, and the last poem, Father to Son. These are the 2 chapters, including one poem, 1 chapter and 1 poem. Okay, these 2 items, these 2 chapters have been deleted from the syllabus. So now it's our turn to start. This is the last chapter, chapter number 8, Silk Road. Okay, bete, the chapter number 8, Silk Road, written by Nick Middleton. Nick Middleton is a well-known author as well as geographer. Nick Middleton is known as a renowned physical geographer, and he is also a top class author. He has written so many books. This is the chapter written by Nick Middleton is also fully based on his experiences, the experiences of his life which he got while making his journey to Mount Kailash Mansarovar. Since he had already travelled to more than 70 countries, he had already visited more than 70 countries. So it was his great desire, it was his great wish to get such kind of complicated experiences, especially going on such toughest journeys, and he made the journey in a very difficult situation. So this is the chapter which we are going to read at this moment. It's entirely based on the experiences of the author Nick Middleton. Okay, before we start reading the chapter, we should get the meanings to these all expressions which are given here at the beginning of the chapter. So the first word is, as you can see here, ducking back. Ducking back. This is the word used there in this statement. After ducking back into a tent. The word ducking back stands for here. Okay. Ducking back stands for quickly going into and then coming out. Quickly entered a place and leaving the place at the same moment. Ducking back. Ducking back means quickly going into some place and then coming out of it. Maneuverage का मतलब maneuverage stands for here military practices involving a number of soldiers. Military practices involving a number of soldiers. Maneuvers. Some animals also make such kind of activities which look like the military practices as undertaken by a number of soldiers on the ground. Bellowed. The word bellowed stands for here filled the air with the dust particles or with the snow particles. Filled the air with some dust particles or some other particles. Bellowed. Swed. The word swed refers to here a great sheet of. The word swed refers to here in this contextually in this chapter. This the word will give us the meaning as the word swed stands for a great sheet of white snow. A great sheet of pure white snow. Something that looks fully covered with a great sheet of snow is known as a swed. Okay. Clouds of snow. Clouds of melting ice, clouds of snow. Cairn of rocks stands for here a kind of platform made with piles of or heaps of stones. In other sense, you can write the meanings. Cairn of rocks, heaps of or piles of stones put together, okay, put in mound to form a platform, which is generally regarded by the people as a holy place. Okay. Carried down stands for here descended down, especially on a slopy road. Salt flats stands for here beta thatched roofed houses. Thatched roofed houses covered with salt. So beta, the chapter is a bit not complicated, but the chapter is really a bit more difficult than the previous ones. That's why I would like to suggest you to take the explanation and the translation very sincerely so that you can be able to understand each and every part of this chapter. Let's start reading it. A flawless half moon floated in a perfect blue sky on the morning we said our goodbyes. A flawless half moon floated in a perfect blue sky. On the morning we said our goodbyes. The word we, this is the pronoun we, bete, in this extract, since as per the revised syllabus now you will also see some scene extracts, 2 scene extracts from these two textbooks, Hornbill and Snapshots, and you will have to choose the correct option. No doubt the questions will be totally multiple choice questions with options, but thereafter you will have to check it out on your part whether the passage has already been understood by me or not. Otherwise the option will also be selected by you wrongly. A flawless half moon. The word flawless means spotless. S-P-O-T-L-E-S, spotless. The word spotless or flawless refers to here very clear, very nice, very beautiful. A flawless half moon, a very beautiful looking half moon, not full moon, half moon, floated in a perfect blue sky. Looked floating here and there, looked moving here and there in a perfect blue sky on the morning we said our goodbyes. Especially on the morning of some day On the morning means on the wee hours. WEE hours means early in the morning. Around, it was the time of around 4 o'clock in the morning hours. It was the time of around 4 o'clock, 4:30 o'clock, okay, in the morning hours, when the author, along with the two other persons whose names were Daniel and Seaton. Seaton was the car driver and Daniel was a person who was also to go on that journey, but not Mount Kailash. He was to go to Lhasa. Daniel was also a local person. He belonged to that area. He was a Tibbeti, and he also accompanied the author on his roughest and toughest journey to Mount Kailash. Since he was to go to Lhasa, that's why he also went with the author, okay, on his journey. So, beta, on the morning of some day, the day is not mentioned here. The date and day has not been mentioned by the author. On what date and on what day the author started his Kora. The author started his journey to Mount Kailash, which is also known as pilgrimage. Pilgrimage in Hindi, Tirth Yatra. But on some day, on the day, the author, along with his two other friends, including the car driver, Seaton, on the day when the author, accompanied by his car driver and one more person, okay, bade goodbye to a young girl, to a young lady named Lahamo. It will also appear in the same passage. Named Lahamo. They happened to see, when they left the place, they happened to see the sight of a very beautiful looking half moon that looked quite floating here and there in that very clear, very perfect blue sky. In Hindi, I would like to tell you here the translation. जब लेखक ने और लेखक के साथियों ने, जब लेखक और उसके अपने उन दो साथियों ने, जिनमें कि एक लेखक का कार चालक था, जिस कार को लेखक ने किराए पर किया था, काफ़ी कुछ दूरी के कार में बैठ कर के लेखक तय करता है माउंट कैलाश के लिए जाने वाली उस यात्रा पर। तो लेखक जिन अपने दो साथियों के साथ में, और लेखक और उनके अपने जब दोनों साथियों ने, जिनका नाम डेनियल और शिटॉन है, तो जब वो लेखक कहता है कि जब हम सभी ने, अब यहाँ पर देखो वी आ रहा है, तब वो हम सभी का जिक्र करेंगे, हम के लिए लगाए। हमने जब सुबह सवेरे के वक्त, अब ये सेंटेंस है, इसमें कहीं नाम नहीं दे रखा, मैं बताता हूँ नाम ये रहा, देखो, लहमो। हमने जब लहमो को अलविदा कहा, जिस दिन सुबह सवेरे के वक्त, जिस दिन हमने अपनी यात्रा शुरू की, उस दिन सुबह सवेरे के वक्त, दिन निकला भी नहीं था, उस वक्त जब हमने लहमों को अलविदा कहा, तो उस वक्त हमने बिल्कुल साफ सुथरे नीले आसमान में ओके दिखाई पड़ रहे उस सुंदर से अर्ध चंद्रमा को इधर से उधर विचरण करते हुए, हिलते डुलते हुए देखा। चंद्रमा, द मून वॉज क्वाइट स्टेशनरी, चंद्रमा बिल्कुल स्थिर था, बट when they were walking, when they were traveling, when they were riding on their car, so they thought that the moon was also वॉकिंग विद देम। ऐसा लग रहा था उनको जैसे कि मानो चंद्रमा उनके साथ साथ ही चल रहा हो। तो इसलिए जब उनकी निगाह ऊपर आसमान की तरफ गिरी तो उनको लगा कि वह अर्ध चंद्रमा, आधा दिखाई पड़ रहा वह चंद्रमा, जो कि बड़ा सुंदर लग रहा था, वह इधर से उधर विचरण करता हुआ, हिलता डुलता हुआ दिखाई देने लगा। पहले दो स्टेटमेंट थोड़ी सी आपके लिए मुश्किल हो सकती है। Extended banks of cloud like long French loaves glowed pink as the sun emerged to splash Splosh stands for here. Here in this statement, the word splosh stands for here. Decorate something, print something, decorate something. To decorate the distant mountain tops with a rose-tinted blush. Blush stands for a rosy color. A rosy color. Rose-tinted blush stands for here in a rosy, in a rosy, in a red rosy color. In a red rosy color. Completely red. As the sun emerged, extended banks of cloud like long French loaves glowed pink. As the sun emerged, when the sun rose from its horizon, when the sun rose from its horizon, okay, to decorate the peaks, to decorate the tops of some mountain in the extreme red rosy color. So they happened to see the sight of a cloud whose both sides were also extended, and that the cloud which looked like the long French loaves, उन लंबे लंबे फ्रांसीसियों के हाथों से बनाए जाने वाली रोटियों के टुकड़ों की भांति जिस बादल के दोनों तरफ के हिस्से उभरे हुए दिखाई दे रहे थे, वह बादल उनको सुबह जब सूर्य निकला, सूर्य उदय हुआ, उस वक्त की बातें कर रहा है लेखक। कहता है कि हमें उस पर्वत की चोटियों को, जिस पर्वत की चोटियों के पास हमें कोई एक बादल बिल्कुल एकदम हमें गुलाबी रंग में रंगा हुआ, गुलाबी रंग में चमकता हुआ नजर आया। ग्लोड मीन्स यहाँ पर शोन के लिए, ऐसा शोन ब्राइटली इन पिंक कलर। तो पूरे स्टेटमेंट का हिंदी में अर्थ होता है कि जब कहता है कि हमने अपनी गाड़ी में सवारी करके हमने आगे बढ़ना शुरू किया, तो उस वक्त तक जो है ना, जैसे ही सूर्य उदय हुआ, जैसे लगा कि हम दिन निकल गया है, तो सूर्य की जो किरणें हैं वो किसी एक पहाड़ की किसी एक पर्वत की चोटियों से टकरा करके, और जब ये आगे सूर्य की किरणें इस प्रकार से बिखर रही थी, तो उस पर्वत की उन चोटियों को, टॉप्स मीन पीक्स के लिए, पर्वत की उन चोटियों से टकरा करके जो सूर्य की किरणें आगे बिखर रही थी, तो वो उस पर्वत की चोटियों को बिल्कुल गुलाबी रंग में सजा रही थी, रंगित कर रही थी। एकदम ऐसा लग रहा था जैसे कि गुलाबी रंग में और सूर्य की किरणों ने उस पर्वत की चोटियों को क्या कर दिया हो, सजा दिया हो। साथ ही कहता है कि वहाँ उसी समय हमें आसमान में कोई एक बादल, जो बादल काफ़ी उभरा हुआ सा लग रहा था, बड़ा सा बादल था, उस बादल के दोनों हिस्से भी जैसे कि मानो कि फ्रांसीसियों की, पुर्तगालियों के हाथों से बनाई जाने वाली रोटियों के टुकड़े हों, इस प्रकार से बादल के दोनों हिस्से भी हमें गुलाबी रंग में चमकते नजर आ रहे थे। सिंस एट दैट टाइम दैट द साइट लुक्ड रियली सो मच पैनोरामिक टू ऑल those three persons, not these, including the author Daniel and Seaton. Lehamo said, now that we were leaving Rau, it was the only time when the author along with his two friends was leaving the place Rau. All the three persons, including the car driver, all the three persons were leaving the place Rau at that time, at that moment. Lehamo said she wanted to give me a farewell present. Lehamo, a young woman, a young lady, a young girl, especially a young girl, or maybe a young lady, it is not mentioned here. Lehamo said she wanted to give me a farewell present. Lehamo, a young lady, who had given a suitable accommodation to the author in Rau, told the author that she wanted to give him a very beautiful farewell present to him. One evening I told her through Daniel that I was heading towards Mount Kailash to complete the Kora. The word Kora stands for pilgrimage, religious journey, a visit to religious place. One evening I had told her through Daniel, on some day while staying there in Rau with Lehamo in her tent, one day getting help of Daniel, because Daniel was a Tibetan, so getting help of Daniel, the author says that he had already given the message to Lehamo, that he had stayed there since he wanted to go to Mount Kailas to complete his pilgrimage, and he wanted to have the journey to Mount Kailas. Okay, he had come there only to have that the journey to Mount Kailas, and he wanted to complete the pilgrimage. And she had said that I ought to get some warmer clothes. When Lehmo came to know that the author had come there in order to go to Mount Kailas, so she got worried, and she told him that she suggested him that he should take some warmer clothes with him so that he could prevent himself from the chilling cold of the area. After ducking back into her tent, since she wanted to give him some present, some gift, so hastily, very quickly she entered the tent, and then at the same time she came out. So here the word ducking back stands for here quickly going into some place and then coming out. So making such kind of activity that the Lehem, or that the lady emerged, came out carrying one of the long sleeved sheepskin coats that all the men wore. The author said that through this statement the author says that it was that the lady Lehem who had given him a very nice present, a very nice gift in the form of a very costly, a very beautiful sheepskin coat. Okay, sheepskin, long sleeved sheepskin coat, लॉन्ग स्लीव, लंबी लंबी बाजुओं वाला और भेड़ की चमड़ी का बना हुआ कोई बहुत अच्छा सा गर्म सा कोट कहता है कि उसने मेरे को उपहार के तौर पर दिया. जैसे कि बाकी के सभी लोग वो कोट, इस प्रकार के कोट पहने हुए थे, उसने मेरे को भी कोट ला करके दे दिया. Sit on sized me up, okay, as we clambered into his car. Oh yes, he declared, Drogba sir. Sit-on sized me up as we clambered into his car. At that time, they all three persons. The author says that at that time, they all three persons entered the car of Sit-on. Sit-on also helped him enter the car. Sit-on ने मेरी कार में प्रवेश करने में थोड़ी मेरी मदद की. Oh yes, he declared, and as soon as the author says that as soon as I got my seat into the car, he called me Drogba. The word Drogba stands for a nomad. Nomad. Nomad stands for the person who tend the cattle. जो मवेशियों की देखभाल करते हैं उनको नोमैड कहा जाता है. ठीक है, तो कहता है कि वो मेरे को कहा रही, वाह सर आप तो बिल्कुल नोमैड जैसे लगते हैं. Oh yes, he declared, Drogba sir, now you looked like a Drogba, you looked like a nomad in your attire, in your costume. Okay beta, so this the first passage has been read by me and has been explained by me, and now I suggest you to read the next 2 or 3 passages of this chapter by yourself so that you can understand the meanings and explanation as given by me very easily. Thank you.